हाय गाइज, कैसे हैं आप सब? आई होप सब मज़े में हैं। एक बार फिर से आपका स्वागत है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल ज्ञान के सागर ऑफिशियल में। तो गाइज, आप सभी जानते हैं कि मैं अपने इस यूट्यूब के माध्यम से आप लोगों के लिए मैक्सिमम एमसीक्यूज लेके आया करता हूँ, बहुत मेन टॉपिक्स के। जैसे आज का टॉपिक जो गाइज है वो है इंडियन पॉलिटी। तो इंडियन पॉलिटी के ऊपर आज मैं आप लोगों के लिए 100 मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज लेके आया हूँ। तो ये एमसीक्यूज जो गाइज एक्सेप्टेड एमसीक्यूज हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे पेपरों से मैंने इनको कलेक्ट किया है। जैसे आईपीएस का है, आईएएस का है, केएस का है या फिर सीजीएल का है। तो इन जैसे एग्जामों से मैंने इन सब एमसीक्यूज को कलेक्ट किया है। तो सब भाइयों के लिए ये जो एमसीक्यूज हैं तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, इनको पूरे ध्यान से देखना। तो उससे पहले मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, जो भी भाई इस चैनल पे नया है तो चैनल को सबसे पहले यहाँ पे कर दो सब्सक्राइब, साथ में बेल आइकन को प्रेस करने के बाद ऑल नोटिफिकेशन को ऑन करना बिल्कुल ना भूलना। तो गाइस चलो चलते हैं इन एमसीक्यूज की तरफ। सबसे रिक्वेस्ट कर
Guys, the first question is nomination of Rajya Sabha members by the President was taken from the Constitution of. The right answer is part B, Ireland. Next one is the concept of sovereign parliament originated in. The right answer is part B, England. Next one is who is considered the architect of Indian Constitution. The right answer is part B, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Next one is 8th schedule of Indian constitutions of deal with. The right answer is part A, languages. Next one is who is called the father of Indian constitution. The right answer is part B, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Next one is the Constituent Assembly was set up in. The right answer is part B, November 1946. Next one is the total members in the Constituent Assembly were. The right answer is part C, 389. Next one is the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly was held on. The right answer is part A, 9 December 1946. Next one is who was the permanent president of Constituent Assembly. The right answer is part B, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Next one is who was the chairman of draft committee. The right answer is part A, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Next one is the draft constitution was published in. The right answer is part A, January 1948. Next one is the constitution was finally adopted on. The right answer is part C, 26 November 1949. Next one is the objective resolution was introduced in the Constituent Assembly by. The right answer is part B, Jawaharlal Nehru. Next one is who was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly. The right answer is part A, B.N. Roy. Next one is the names of the state and UTs are described in. The right answer is part A, first schedule. Next one is which of the following would be called the secular state. The right answer is part A, the state which does not discriminate between religions. Next one is in the preamble, the words socialist, secular, and unity and integrity were added by. The right answer is part A, 42nd Amendment in 1976. Next one is which of the following is called as the soul of Constitution? The right answer is part C, preamble. Preamble is known as the soul of the Constitution. Next one is which of the following has been described as the heart and the soul of Indian Constitution? The right answer is part C, directive principle of state policy. Next one is Article 17 of Indian Constitution deals with. The right answer is part C, abrogation of untouchability. Next one is the directive principle are what? The right answer is part B, non-justiciable. Next one is the Mandal Commission report referred to. The right answer is part A, all the other backward classes. Next one is how many fundamental rights were granted initially? The right answer is part B, 7. Which of the following is known as the Magna Carta of the Constitution? The right answer is part A, fundamental rights. Next one is the right of property ceased to be the fundamental right by. The right answer is part A, Amendment 44th Amendment. Next one is which one of the following article cannot be suspended during emergency? The right answer is part D, Article 20 and 21. Next one is which of the following is related to the Swaran Singh Committee? The right answer is part B, fundamental duties. Next one is which of the following Chief Justice of India act as the President of India for the time being? The right answer is part D, Justice M. Hidayatullah. Next one is who is the Commander Armed Force of India? The right answer is part A, President. Next one is minimum age required to contest for the presidentship is. The right answer is part D, 35 years. The power of the president to promulgate ordinance is related to. The right answer is part A, Article 123. Next one is how many members are nominated by the President to the Lok Sabha? The right answer is part D, 2 members. In the Rajya Sabha, how many members are nominated by the President? The right answer is part A, 12. Next one is the President rule is invoked by the President under. The right answer is part C, Article 356. Next one is financial emergency is related to? The right answer is Part A, Article 360. Next one is, during the proclamations of emergency, the fundamental rights are suspended by the President under? The right answer is Part C, Article 359. Next one is, the impeachment of the President is related to? The right answer is Part C, Article 61. Next one is, the National Integration Council NIC is chaired by the? The right answer is Part A, Prime Minister. Next one is, Ministry of Lok Sabha comes under the? Right answer is Part B, Minister of Parliament Affairs. Next one is, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha had passed the Lokpal bill with more strong amendment in? The right answer is Part B, 2013. When was the first Central Legislature Assembly constituted? The right answer is Part C, 1921. Next one is, name the two non-permanent houses in the Parliament set up by India. The right answer is Part D, Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. Next one is, in case of offices of both are the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha become vacant, who will preside over the meeting of the House? The right answer is Part A, the member nominated by the House. Which is the part of Parliament of India? The right answer is Part D, all of the above. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President of India. Next one is, what is the maximum member strength of the Lok Sabha in India? The right answer is Part D, 552. Next one is, the Indian judiciary is headed by? The right answer is Part A, Supreme Court. What is the retirement age for the Supreme Court judge? The right answer is Part B, 65 years. Next one is, which of the following is true about the Supreme Court? The right answer is Part B, highest federal court of India. Next one is, the Supreme Court was set up under? The right answer is Part B, Regulating Act. Question number 50 is, the age of retirement of the Judge of High Court is? The right answer is Part A, 62 years. Next one is, the oath of the High Court judge is administered by the? The right answer is Part C, Governor. The Chief Justice and other judge of the High Court are appointed by the? The right answer is Part A, President. Next one is, which of the following amendment curtailed the power of judicial review of the Supreme Court and High Court? The right answer is part D, 44th. Under which law it is prescribed that all proceeding the Supreme Court of India shall be English language? The right answer is part D, Article 348 of the Constitution of India. Next one is the High Court of India were first started at? The right answer is part D, Madras and Bombay. Next one is, who is the head of the state executive? The right answer is part B, the governor. Next one is, chairman of the State Public Service Commission is appointed by? The right answer is part B, governor of the state. Next one is, the maximum time a person can continue to the minister of the state government without being a member of state legislature. The right answer is part A, 6 months. Next one is, the state operates through? The right answer is part A, government. Next one is, the governor does not appoint? The right answer is part A, judge of the court. Who appoints the governor of Jammu and Kashmir? The right answer is part C, president. Next one is, the chairman of the legislative council is? The right answer is part C, elected by the member of the legislative council from among themselves. Next one is, the central government can assign and function to the state? The right answer is part D, with the consent of the state government. Next one is, the governor of the state is integral part of the? The right answer is part C, state legislature. Next one is, the number of seats in Vidhan Sabha is? The right answer is part B, 2 be not more than 500 and not less than 60, but an exception is recognized in the cases of one state which has only 32 seats. Next one is, under which article of the Constitution seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in panchayats? The right answer is part A, 243D. Next one is, the municipal corporation is headed by? The right answer is part C, mayor. Next one is, in which of the following state first time Panchayati Raj was instituted? The right answer is part A, Rajasthan. Next one is, where was the first municipal corporation in India set up? The right answer is part D, Chennai. Which of the following articles of the Constitution of India makes a specific mention of village panchayats? The right answer is part C, Article 40. Next one is, what is the minimum percentage of votes a political party must get to acquire the status of registered party? The right answer is part D, 4%. Next one is, who was the first Chief Election Commission of India? The right answer is part D, Sukumar Sen. Next one is, the body responsible for making recommendations for distribution of finance between union and states is. The right answer is part B, Financial Commission. Next one is, the term comptroller and editor Journal of India is. The right answer is part C, 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. The next one is, Finance Commission is constituted by the President every. The right answer is part C, 5 years. Next one is, the Constitution 93rd Amendment Act deals with. The right answer is part B, extension of reservation in education institutions. Next one is, the 10th schedule added to the Constitution of India by the 52nd Amendment related to. The right answer is part A, anti-defection law. Next one is, the 9th schedule of the Constitution of India was. The right answer is part A, added by the First Amendment. Next one is, by which amendment the power to amend the Constitution was specifically conferred upon the Parliament. The right answer is part D, 24th. Next one is, the term socialist was brought into the preamble of the Indian Constitution by which amendment? The right answer is part B, 42nd Amendment. Next one is, democracy is a government in which everyone has share was the opinion of. The right answer is part B, Abraham Lincoln. Next one is, the first president of independent India was. The right answer is part A, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Next one is, when was the office of district collector created? The right answer is part C, 1772. Next one is, the Constitution makes for the creation of new all Indian service only if. The right answer is part B, Rajya Sabha passes a resolution to this effect by the majority of 2/3 of its members present and voting. Next one is, political liberty implies. The right answer is part A, right of the citizens to free movement. Next one is, privileges to some people in the society on the basis of their caste and infringement of. The right answer is part B, social justice. Next one is, the ministers of in the union government hold office during the pleasure of the. Right answer is part C, president. Next one is, the governor of the Indian states is appointed by the. The right answer is part A, President of India. Next one is the state cannot exist without. The right answer is part D, some kind of government. Citizens of India can vote at the age of, everyone know, 18 years. Part A. Next one is the concurrent list of Indian constitutions is adopted from the Constitution of. The right answer is part D, Australia. Next one is not to destroy the government property is. The right answer is part C, civil duty. Next one is who proposed the preamble before the drafting committee of the Constitution. The right answer is part C, B.N. Rai. And the last question is when was the first general election to be Lok Sabha held? The right answer is part B, 1951 to 1952. तो गाइज आई होप कि आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आ गई, तो वीडियो को ज़रूर सबके साथ शेयर करें। अगर चैनल पर नए हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें।